Hello and welcome to this video about the JahnTech Package Manager for webMethods integration. So what are we talking about today? Basically, the Package Manager is a command line tool that allows you to quickly and easily set up a new development environment with a number of packages so that you can start working on right away. And that's a bit of a difference compared to the out-of-the-box experience where you have to use the built-in functionality of Designer, or rather Eclipse, which is very flexible. But that also means that you have to do a lot of repeatable clicks. And if you want to set up a new development environment with, let's say, 20 packages, can become really, really cumbersome. I started working on this tool because I needed something like that for myself, given that I'm setting up demo environments for videos, etc., etc. And if you do that very often, and I typically end up with something like 10 packages, it's just not bearable after a while. So I wanted to share this with you, and I'll also make it available for others. Making it available does not mean that it comes as open source, but similar to wxconfig ng Core Edition, it comes with a commercial license, but is provided to you free of charge. And if you want, you can optionally book support subscription. What does it allow you to do? It basically performs all these things in one go. You check out your package from your Git repository, and then similar to local development, this checkout happens into the Designer workspace. And from there, symlinks are created against the packages directory of integration server itself. And it's also doing for Java code. It's compiling the Java code and fragging the Java code so that you can work with Java services in Designer. Another neat functionality is that you can group various packages into one application. Use something like sync data between application A and application B. Customer data, for instance, and you typically have a number of packages to do that. In the example here, that would be at least 3 packages usually, one handling the connection to the application 1, the other handling the connection to the second application, and the third one doing the actual synchronization of data. That's just an example, and typically you will have more than 3, but you get the idea. And you can have your own centrally maintained catalog, also in Git. So whenever you end up with a new package, because you refactor something or a new system comes into play, you can add that configuration to your catalog. And from that moment on, people can use it very easily. And with that, let's jump into the demo. For the demo, I have installed a new instance of webMethods Service Designer version 11.1, and as you can see indicated up here, it's a fresh workspace as well. And to show you that, it's completely empty, as you can see here. And here we have the built-in integration server, and you can see that it contains just the out-of-the-box packages. So let's go. If we start the package manager, it tells you that a new config directory has been created and we need to adjust this. So let's edit the config file. And you can see that we need to adjust things a little bit. Just prepare the settings here, and we're good to go. Now let's run the script again. And you can see here that another file has been created, which is for future functionality that involves connecting to an integration server instance. So we can ignore it for now. And then we run it again. And you can see here that now the catalog has been downloaded, and the package manager also gives us an overview about its functionality. Let's pretend we don't know what is available. I want to see the catalog contents. And this is what I get. So I have 1 application, DevTools, and 4 packages. If I want to see what is part of the application, I can say application, show DevTools, and it tells me that these packages are part of the application. So I'm now ready to start doing development work on my DevTools application. And that means that I want to download all the source code for the various packages that make up the application. And I want to have everything prepared as far as possible so that I can start the actual work. I just need to issue a single command for that. And here we go. And you can see that the various packages are being cloned from Git and J-code is being run against them. Now let's check. And you can see that the workspace contains the various Git repos. And the final check is to look into the packages directory of Integration Server itself. Et voila, here are the packages as symlinks to our workspace. From here you have two options. You can either go into the Package Manager and activate inactive packages. You need to know the order in which they are necessary. And you can see they are available here. If you don't really know the order or don't care or have too many packages, alternatively, you can simply restart Integration Server and the net effect will be the same. Now let's go into Designer. And here you can see that packages show up as ordinary packages. But if we want to do something like local development and version control integration, there's one additional step. You go to import project, but you don't go for Git. You choose existing projects into workspace. Just use the top level directory of your workspace. And it automatically detects the packages. And you can see that a refresh is done and the packages show up as local development projects. And also here under Package Explorer, you have access if you want to do Java development. And that's all you have to do. We have seen how it works for 3 packages. Now you can imagine how much time you save if you are doing it with more packages. In many integration projects I have seen, you typically end up with something like 15, 20, 25 packages. And whenever you want to onboard a new developer or set up a new development environment, you can imagine how much time that saves. So that's it for today. I hope you've liked this video. And if you are interested in other content like this, please consider subscribing to this channel. Thank you very much and have a great day.